My name is Lisa. I am 25 years old. 2 years ago, I got my dream job. I became the personal assistant to a powerful man. His name is Mr. David. David is 35. He is handsome. He is smart. He always wears perfect suits. He smells like expensive wood and rain. Everyone in the office respects him. Everyone fears him. He is a man of few words. He never smiles at work. But with me, he was different. I worked very hard for him. I knew how he liked his coffee. Black, with 1 cube of sugar. I knew his schedule perfectly. I knew when he was stressed. I could see it in his eyes. Slowly, our relationship changed. It was not just about work anymore. When the office was quiet, he would call me into his room, not for reports, just to talk. "Lisa, my life is a big puzzle," he said one late afternoon. He looked out the big window. The city lights were beautiful. Everyone wants something from me. My money, my power, my time. Then, he turned around. He looked straight into my eyes. "But you just listen. You are the only one who truly understands me." My heart jumped. My hands grew cold. I knew his life was not perfect. I knew his marriage was just a show for the public. He was lonely. And I was lonely too. Every time he stood close to me, the air felt heavy. Every time his hand brushed against mine while taking a document, my heart raced. I knew it was dangerous. He was my boss. He was married. But love is blind. And attraction is a dangerous game. I was falling in love with a man I could never have. It was a Friday evening in November. Outside, the sky was pitch black. The rain was falling heavily. Thunder shook the windows of our office building. It was 9:30 p.m. The office was empty. Everyone else had gone home for the weekend. Only David and I remained. We had a massive presentation for the board of directors on Monday. I was sitting at my desk, typing quickly. My eyes were burning. My shoulders were completely stiff. Suddenly, the door to David's private office opened. He walked out. He did not have his jacket on. His white shirt sleeves were rolled up. His tie was loose. He looked exhausted, but incredibly handsome. He carried 2 warm mugs. He walked directly to my desk. "You are working too hard, Lisa," he said. His voice was deep and low. He handed me a mug. It was hot chocolate. "Thank you, Mr. David," I replied, taking the mug. Our fingers brushed for a second. A strange warmth went through my body. Instead of going back to his office, David sat on the edge of my desk. He looked at the rain outside the window. "Do you ever feel like running away, Lisa?" he asked suddenly. I looked up at him, surprised. "Running away, sir?" "Yes," he sighed. He looked very tired. "Running away from the expectations, from the pressure, from a life that feels completely empty." He looked down at me. His eyes were full of sadness. It was a Friday evening in November. Outside, the sky was pitch black. The rain was falling heavily. Thunder shook the windows of our office building. It was 9:30 p.m. The office was empty. Everyone else had gone home for the weekend. Only David and I remained. We had a massive presentation for the board of directors on Monday. I was sitting at my desk, typing quickly. My eyes were burning. My shoulders were completely stiff. Suddenly, the door to David's private office opened. He walked out. He did not have his jacket on. His white shirt sleeves were rolled up. His tie was loose. He looked exhausted, but incredibly handsome. He carried 2 warm mugs. He walked directly to my desk. "You are working too hard, Lisa," he said. His voice was deep and low. He handed me a mug. It was hot chocolate. "Thank you, Mr. David," I replied, taking the mug. Our fingers brushed for a second. A strange warmth went through my body. Instead of going back to his office, David sat on the edge of my desk. He looked at the rain outside the window. "Do you ever feel like running away, Lisa?" he asked suddenly. I looked up at him, surprised. "Running away, sir?" Yes, he sighed. He looked very tired. Running away from the expectations, from the pressure, from a life that feels completely empty. He looked down at me. His eyes were full of sadness. My marriage is just a contract, Lisa. We don't love each other. We haven't spoken a real word in years. I live in a beautiful house, but it is not a home. I felt a strong wave of sympathy. I wanted to comfort him. I am sorry, David, I said softly. It was the first time I omitted the word Mr. He noticed. He looked at me intensely. You are the only good thing in my day. Lisa, when I see your smile, the pressure disappears. He leaned closer. I could smell his expensive perfume mixed with the scent of hot chocolate. My heart was beating like a drum. I knew this was wrong. He was a married man. He was the CEO of this company. David, we shouldn't, I whispered, but my voice lacked strength. Just for tonight, Lisa, let me forget the world, he murmured. He reached out and gently touched my cheek. His hand was warm. Then, he leaned in and kissed me. It was a slow, passionate kiss. All my rules, all my logic, disappeared into the rainy night. I closed my eyes and followed my heart. That night, I crossed the professional line. I slept with my boss. The next morning, the rain had stopped. The sun was shining through the hotel window. I opened my eyes, expecting to feel happy. But I didn't. A heavy weight instantly settled in my stomach. David was already awake. He was standing in front of the mirror, buttoning his crisp white shirt. He looked perfectly neat. He looked like the CEO again. The warmth from last night was completely gone. David. I called out softly from the bed. He didn't turn around immediately. He finished fixing his tie. When he finally looked at me, his eyes were distant. They were cold. Lisa, he said. His voice was professional and flat. Last night was a moment of weakness. It was a mistake. The word mistake felt like a slap in my face. A mistake? I repeated, my voice shaking. Yes, he said coldly, picking up his watch from the nightstand. We both were tired. We were emotional. But we must remain professional. This cannot happen again. And nobody in the office can ever find out. He didn't wait for my answer. He walked out of the room, leaving me alone with my tears. On Monday morning, the reality was even worse. I walked into the office feeling sick. When David arrived, he walked past my desk. He did not look at me. He did not say good morning. During the afternoon meeting, he spoke to me like a stranger. Miss Miller, did you print the financial reports? He asked in front of the whole team. I looked at him, searching for any sign of the man from Friday night. There was nothing. Yes, Mr. David. They are on your desk, I replied, keeping my voice steady. Days turned into weeks. The emotional torture was unbearable. David completely ignored my presence unless it was about work. Worse, the office atmosphere changed. People started whispering. 2 girls from marketing looked at me and laughed quietly near the water cooler. She stays late with him all the time. I heard one whisper. I felt dirty. I felt used. Every morning, I had to look at the framed photograph on his office desk, a picture of him and his beautiful wife smiling at a charity gala. I realized the painful truth. I was just an escape for him. A temporary distraction. I had risked my dignity for a man who only saw me as a secret mistake. 2 months passed. Every day at the office felt like a year. The guilt inside me was growing bigger and bigger. It felt like a heavy stone inside my chest. David continued to treat me like a stranger. He was happy. His business was successful. His life went on perfectly. But my life was ruined. I could not sleep. I could not eat. I realized a painful truth. David did not lose anything, but I lost myself. One rainy evening, exactly 2 months after that night, I sat alone at my desk. I looked at my reflection in the computer screen. My eyes were dark. My face looked sad and tired. I asked myself, is this the life you wanted? Is this the girl you wanted to be? The answer was clear. No. I was a smart woman. I was a hard worker. I did not deserve to hide in the shadows. I did not deserve to feel dirty. I opened a blank document on my computer. I did not type a business report this time. I typed a letter. A resignation letter. Dear Mr. David, please accept this letter as notification that I am resigning from my position. My hands were shaking, but my heart felt lighter. I printed the paper and signed my name. The next morning, I walked straight into David's private office. He was reading a financial magazine. He looked up, surprised. Yes, Lisa. Do you have the morning schedule? He asked coldly. I did not answer. I walked to his desk and placed the letter right in front of him. He looked at the paper. Then he looked at me. His eyes widened. You are quitting? He asked. For the first time in months, his voice sounded worried. Why? You are the best assistant I ever had. Is it about the salary? I can give you a raise. No, Mr. David, I said. My voice was quiet, but it was completely steady. It is not about the money. Then why? He stood up, looking around to make sure the door was closed. Is it because of what happened? Lisa, I told you, that was a mistake. We moved past it. I looked him straight in the eyes. I did not feel afraid anymore. You moved past it, David, because you only lost a night. But I lost my dignity. I stayed here because I thought I loved you. But now I realize, I need to love myself more. He stared at me. He opened his mouth to speak, but no words came out. For the first time, the powerful CEO had nothing to say. I am leaving today, I said softly. Goodbye, Mr. David. I turned around and walked out of his office. I did not pack all my things. I only took my bag and my jacket. As I walked through the main doors of the office building, the fresh air hit my face. The sun was bright. I did not have a new job yet. I did not know how I would pay my rent next month. I was starting from zero. But as I walked down the street, I took a deep breath. The heavy stone in my chest was gone. I lost a man who never owned me. I lost a job that made me miserable. But I found something much more valuable. I found myself, and I finally found my peace.